Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Badger, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over Mine 9 high round guide. This map's super easy, so let's just get right into it. So the first off, for some reason, I don't have gameplay of me doing my setup, but my setup I was running was the Welling, because the Welling's super good for insta-kills since you don't really have a second gun on this map. Then you're going to be running Wraithfires, but that doesn't really matter because eventually we're just going to trade them out for Homunculuses because they're better for the long run. And then for our perks, we're going to be running Bandolier Bandit, Dying Wish, PhD Slider, and Stone Cold Stronghold. Now for the elixirs, it doesn't really matter what you run, but I would just recommend running Temporal Gift, anywhere but here, Alchemical, Cashback, Free Fire, like just basically anything that gives you a max ammo, you can run. Also for your talisman, I would either recommend doing not losing a perk, starting with a perk, or making your shield durability way better. Also for your specialist weapon, you're going to be running the Viper and Dragon. So the first thing you want to do when you load up your game is go over to the flag and knife it so you can start on your challenges. But once you do all your challenges, just claim the reward and then move on to your second one. Then once again, claim your reward from the podium and move on to your third and final one. Then go ahead and claim your Pack-a-Punch Strife from the podium. This will help you set up very, very easily. But next you're going to have to go and kill the 4 champions of the podiums. These are all located in the actual towers to the gods themselves. They'll be near the perks. Once you've killed all the champions, go ahead and build the shield in the pit. This is the room next to Pack-a-Punch. This actually allows you to walk into Pack-a-Punch without having to open Pack-a-Punch, if that makes any sense. Next, go ahead and place all your heads that you've collected on the altar. This will actually open up Pack-a-Punch. Now, while you're killing all of the champions and getting Pack-a-Punch open, you can be buying your perks and spinning the mystery box. The gun you're going to want to go for is the Helion Salvo. This gun is insanely good. But after you open up Pack-a-Punch, that's really all you gotta do is just buy your perks and then hit for the Helion Salvo. I would also recommend doing your podium challenges because you can get a free perk, you can get guns, you can get all the good stuff. Speaking of free perks, there is a way to get an extra free perk on this map, and I'll be showing you how to do that right now. So the first thing we need for this is actually going to be a little cup, and you can actually find this by going down the raw tower. Past this Bowie knife, open the door. I actually ran past it here, but you're gonna want to go to this little cubby, look on the ground, and you will see it right there. So our next piece is actually going to be in a tomb next to the camping spot that we're going to be staying at later in the game. But it's right before the Odin and Zeus entrances. Come down this little walkway in this tomb, you will see the sword. Pick it up. Sometimes it's a little iffy, so you might need to crouch. But our next and final piece is in the Odin Tower. Come down to this like rack with all the helmets and swords. You're just going to interact with it and you'll pick up the helmet. But how to actually get it is you're going to come over to this Viking ship with the skeleton and you're just going to interact on his head, his chest, and on the dragon's mouth of the boat. Come over to Zeus's room and then you're going to want to line up where I do. So what you're going to be doing is throwing your Wraithfire from Zeus's room into Odin's room, and you're going to want to have it land on the Viking ship. Now this might take a couple tries. It took me 4 times to get this right in my game, but just basically trial and error. You want to line up in between his sword and his shield, and then just anywhere in that, just go from there. Now after you do hit it and you see that the Viking ship is on fire, you're going to want to wait 7 rounds, and then once that 7th round has hit, you can actually go to the Viking ship and then pick your perk up. But you basically just want to spend the rest of your time hitting the box for the Helion, and you also want to be upgrading your Wellings to the max level, so that way you actually have a backup weapon for when your Helion runs out of ammo, or for insta-kills. But the strategy that I'm going to be showing you, this is going to be the early round strategy up until about 52. I think that's when I actually switched to the other one. But you're just going to be standing in this corner in the Danube tunnel. You don't want to open that door right to your left in front of me. This door is actually going to open up the camping spot for later as well. So basically, just do not open this door from the Danu or from the Flooded Crypt, because this will just completely destroy the strategy. But all you're going to want to do for this strategy for the early rounds, you don't really have to worry about ammo too much. You get a special round like every 2 to 3 rounds on this map, which is absolutely insane. But all you're going to want to do is basically just sit in this corner and use the Helion. There's not really much to it. If you really wanted to save ammo for these early rounds, which I don't know why you would, you can throw a Homunculus at the start of every round. This will just get a couple more kills, so you don't have to use as much of your Helion. But like I said, run this strategy until about 50. And that's when I would recommend switching, because it's not that much faster than the other strat and it's a lot more dangerous. So I would just recommend switching to the other strat at around 50. So I forgot to mention, for special rounds, come over to this gate in the Danu tunnel where you were originally camping. This will actually just spawn one at a time and you can easily take them out. It's very quick. But for some reason I couldn't find my round 50 gameplay, so I'm just going to be showing you it on round 83. Come up these stairs in the temple and go into this Flooded Crypt room. You're going to want to be coming to this back left corner, and this is actually where we're going to be camping. From about round 70 plus, I would recommend just throwing a Homunculus at the beginning of the round, because around round 80 is when you're going to really start having ammo issues. I had to pop a couple of alchemicals in my game just because on how low I was getting with ammo. Like, it's very insane how fast you run out of ammo on this map. But so basically the strategy is you're going to want to use your Helion until you fill up your Dragon and Viper, which is your specialist weapon. Once you fill your Dragon and Viper up, use it, kill all the zombies, and then I would recommend, before it runs out, using your tier 3 ability, which is L1 and R1 on controller, and then Q for me on keyboard and mouse. What this does is basically acts like a monkey bomb while also killing zombies. But then once it explodes, basically just go back to using the Helion. That's really all there is to this strategy. There's not really like too much I can explain more. It's basically just try to be somewhat conservative of your ammo. Don't just be spamming it all willy-nilly. Like, what I'm doing here is I'm waiting till a bunch of zombies group up and then shooting, but you can't always do that. So again, just kind of be wary of your ammo situation, since max ammos aren't really that common during normal rounds on this map. But if you did enjoy today's video, let me know if you want to see more BO4 high round guides. I've actually had a ton of fun doing BO4 recently. So if you want to see some more BO4 high round guides, leave a comment. I'm getting close to 500 subs, so I'd appreciate if you guys would drop a sub. You don't have to, but it just helps me out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. I'ma get a bag, it's a brand new racks. I don't get attached, no, my soul is all black. Everybody talks, I don't ever talk back. Watch them all run, cause I'm finally at the grave. Brand new pain, probably go insane till the end of my days. I'm a young Kobe.